Let's talk about the most uncomfortable conversations that black families don't want to have. What goes on in my house stays in my house. If she's grown enough to lay down and have sex, then she's grown enough to lay down and have a baby. That is some of the worst shit that I've heard as a child growing up in my own black household when I was, obviously a child. And the thing that gets me about it, well, let me give y'all a little backstory. So I made a post about this 16, I think she was like 16-year-old girl, and she was pregnant. She was pregnant from this older guy. I think he was like in his 30s or something like that. And she didn't want to tell her auntie. She went on national TV or, the show where millions of people are going to look at it. Anyway, that's besides the point. So she goes on this show to tell her story, how the baby daddy, and there's a difference between the father of your child and baby daddy to me. I'll explain that in another video. But how the baby daddy don't want to support her, take care of the baby, or none of that, right? So he just left her high and dry and pregnant. So he's a grown-ass man. She's a 16-year-old girl. And she was just like, he and high about the situation. And I made the comment that he should go to jail for one. And, she should get an abortion for two. And a lot of people always say that's always my solution to everything. It's not. I do be saying that a lot. I do. But it's with good reason. I felt like it was grounds for termination of pregnancy. And that's murder. Okay, all right. Call it what you want to call it. But it is what it is. She's pregnant by this grown-ass man. He not going to help her take care of the baby. She already can't take care of herself. She already in a financial situation to where there is no financial situation for her. The auntie ain't doing, able to take care of her like that. Now you're going to bring a baby in this world. And I know, shout out to the parents. I was one of those parents that brought my child in the world very, very young. It's another video for another time. And I struggled like a motherfucker. And, shout out to me. Shout out to all the rest of the moms that's in the world that's doing it and said that they was going to have a baby and, so on and so forth. But in this day and age, when you have options, I feel like you should weigh your options. And you should at least take it into consideration. At least. And we ain't saying, you gonna do it, but at the end of the day, at least think about it. Or maybe do adoption or whatever. But somebody made the comment underneath the post and it was like, if she grown enough to lay down and have sex, she grown enough to have a baby. That ain't no excuse for her to have no abortion. It wasn't like she was raped. She was raped. That's considered rape. That's rape. She's 16. He's a grown-ass man. He's over 18. That's rape. End of discussion. And I felt like that was like that black mom shit, that what they say, what goes on in my house stays in my house. And nobody wants to talk about what's really going on in your household. Everybody want to sit and act like ain't nothing going on. You don't want to tell the auntie or the uncle or this person or that person because you don't want nobody to judge your household and how you raising your kids. And at the end of the day, it's like, that shit is so mind-boggling to me. Because y'all rather not talk about it. Y'all rather act like it don't exist than to actually talk to your child and figure out what's going on with your child mentally in order for you to help them in some kind of way. You rather just act like it's not happening. And then you want to throw at them that they just being grown and they just want to be hot in the pants and do this and do that. But nobody's taking out the time to talk to these kids, talk to these girls, and figure out what's really going on. And it ain't easy to talk to no little girl, but at the same time, most of the time, motherfuckers just need somebody to talk to. I'm doing all this other extra shit because I don't feel loved or I don't feel, like I can talk to whoever in my household. They don't understand me or this, that, and third. So you go outside of your house to get whatever comfort it is that you're looking for. And most times, 9 times out of 10, a little girl, female is gonna go to a man to find that comfort. That's just the reality of the situation. So when I was growing up, that's all I ever heard. You just want to be grown. You just this. But nobody ever took the time out to understand me or try to talk to me instead of talking at me. Try to figure out why I feel the way I feel about certain stuff, why I do the shit that I do, what it is that I'm looking for. No. Everybody just want to sit and just act like ain't shit going on and then want to hit you with the don't tell my business of my house. But shit, it's my business. So if I want to go talk about it with somebody, why can't I go talk about it? If it's my business, it is. I got a lot of, I said something about it and a lot of people didn't like that shit. A lot of people felt like a child need to stay in a child's place and it's like, at this point, a child don't even know what the fuck their place is. It's so many parents that's exposing their kids to so many things that's beyond their age group. They don't know what their damn place is. I don't know what my place is. You taking me here, you taking me there, you having me around all these different people, you having me around drugs and alcohol and listening to certain kind of music. And it's not the fact that your child going somewhere else and listening to this. This is what they hearing in their own household. So they can't escape it. So then you want to sit and tell them to stay in a child's place. Well, shit, I don't know what my place is. What is my place? To mind my business when my mama want me to, but any other time she want to talk to me about my daddy and how my daddy ain't shit and how the bills is due and how we ain't got no food. And that ain't my place. That ain't no child's place. But yet y'all putting these kids in that situation to where now they feel as if they know a little piece of grown people information. They don't know what the fuck their place is. But then again, nobody's sitting here trying to talk to them to figure out nothing. Everybody want to talk at them. You want to whoop their ass. I mean, in my household, ass whoopers was the solution to everything. When I say everything, everything. I remember one day I came home and I was so upset. I was mad as hell coming home from school. And I was mad because I was always that goody two-shoe ass student. I was an overachiever. Nobody ever fucking liked me. I was always the teacher's pet. And I always did the job in the class. That was just me. And I was mad, so mad because I knew I had not passed my test. This math test. Because I had a hard time with multiplication. Very hard time. So I knew I didn't pass the test. So I was real mad. And I go home, and this motherfucker had the audacity, instead of asking me how was my day at school, what happened in school, why are you so upset? Or they call it soft, gentle parenting these days. But it's, this lady say, you better straighten up your face before I give you something to cry for. I look. And it just made me cry even harder because I'm like, I'm already sad. And then you're going to whoop my ass on top of me being sad. You don't even know the reasoning on why I'm sad. You didn't take the time out to talk to your child to figure out what's going on. So then when somebody else takes the time out to talk to your child to figure out what's going on with them, they going to do more than just talk, especially your daughters. And then you got your sons, they could go talk to the neighborhood man who feels more like a father to them than their own daddy. I said what I said. I feel how I feel. And I feel like a lot of people shy away from these topics and shy away from being holding themselves accountable for the shit that they do, period. And then you got these kids that grow up and don't know how to deal with their emotions. You don't know how to talk to nobody. You all over the place. You're breaking down, crying every time you turn around, or you mad as hell. All because you wasn't talked to as a child. All because nobody showed you love or nobody. It's just a simple conversation, y'all. A simple conversation. Have with your child. Figure out what's going on with them. And continue to talk. Ass whoopings is not the answer to everything. And that stupid ass saying, what goes on in my house stays in my house. drop it. Drop it and figure out what the fuck is really going on in your house. Then you ain't got to worry about saying that. But I said my piece and I said what I said. Y'all leave a comment down below and let me know how y'all feel.